Alrighty, Tom, what's happening, sir? How are we?
Good, good.
Folks, I have Tom and Connell on the call here. Tom has just completed his 6 months within the DG Academy, and Tom has been an absolute pleasure to coach. Made incredible progress both in his personal life and his health and fitness. It's been an incredible to coach him and seen progress on his journey. It's been class. So I got him on just talk a little bit about his story. So Tom, if you don't mind just sharing, like, just tell us a little bit about yourself, like who you are, where you're from, like what you kind of do. Just give a bit of a background.
Yep. So Tom O'Connell. I'm from Carrick-on-Suir, so just living outside Carrick. I'm married to Eileen. I have one daughter, Ellie, who's 16 months now at this stage. Um, Hobbies, cycling and gym. And outside of that, then I'm working for Kilkenny Cheese as a maintenance manager. So
Awesome.
fairly busy and hectic life.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tom, do you want to share as well that you the help that when you first signed up, you were transitioning jobs as well, which you're in for 8 years, and then moving house as well. So you had a lot of stuff going on as well when you started.
Yeah, I suppose look, just probably one of the reasons why I did start, I suppose at the time, I was juggling a lot of things. So I was building a new house with a new baby in the family, changing jobs, so a lot of balls in the air, I suppose. And one of the reasons when I reflected back on the 6 months that I did want to join is I came to realization, I suppose, that I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I wanted to put a bit of structure and a bit of focus around it, because the part that I was probably neglecting, which is a massive part, is probably the health. So
Mm.
from a health and well-being side, it was probably one of the areas that I wasn't giving enough focus and attention to. So hence I'm here after six
Yeah.
months.
Love it, boy, love it. And I suppose then, Tom, when you first joined the DG Academy, what was kind of your first impression of everything?
Yeah, so definitely I was anxious, a little bit nervous, right? I suppose I've gone through a couple of these types of programs where we focus on nutrition and focus
Mm.
on exercise and so on. So I was definitely a little bit apprehensive and a little bit anxious that it was going to be more the same.
Mm.
So that was probably my first impression. I was also very much relieved because, I'd probably taken that first step to say, right, this is
Mm.
the step to put a little bit of structure and a little bit of focus around things. And at the time, I definitely needed, a sounding board more so than anything to, put me in the right direction
Mm.
and help me along the way. So definitely relieved to be on board and have you on board.
Okay, awesome, boy. That's awesome. And yeah, I suppose then prior, I know you said you had a lot of things going on, but just to give a bit more like in depth on it, how did you feel kind of before starting the program? I know you had a lot of things going on, like, but like, what was kind of like the biggest struggle? Like, how did you kind of feel within yourself?
I suppose, yeah, confidence wise, I wasn't fantastic. Obviously, I knew I was neglecting training. I knew I was neglecting probably nutrition side of things. So, with a lot of things going on, you're grabbing something to go just to keep you going for the next couple of hours. And when you get hungry again, you think about something else and you just pick something and go. Um, you were I definitely lack consistency. I'm someone that thrives on consistency. I
Mm.
was definitely lacking consistency both training wise and nutrition wise. So to me, I just need to get that consistency back in place, and that would snowball and help all of the, I suppose, the feelings that I was feeling at the time.
Awesome, bud, awesome. And obviously, you've completed the 6 months. Excuse me. So, how do you feel you're a different person now, say, from when you began to now?
Well, I suppose like at the start, as I said, the anxiousness was probably one of the big factors and motivators to get me to sign up. I'd say I'm definitely progressed an awful long way. From that, I don't worry about food prep at all really. I can seamlessly plan in advance, and planning in advance allows me to put that bit of structure in place and make sure that I'm given the right time to health, fitness, other priorities, family time, etc. So, one of the things that I definitely would have learned and picked up along the way was to to actually look ahead. And I know one of the things that you focus on is the weekly planning. That
Mm.
was definitely a help at the start. But for me, I needed to kind of look up a little bit further and even plan 2 and 3 months ahead
Ah.
when it came to specific items. My social life was very good, and I had a lot of stuff on, as you know. But when you actually start to map it out, kind of 2 and 3 months in advance, and what events and what occasions you have coming up, you can quickly see the wood from the trees, and that's when you know have the opportunity to make decisions. I'm going to skip this, or I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to reprioritize, training over a specific event, etc.
Awesome, bud. Awesome. And Tom, what would you say like your biggest wins and results have been so far then? Or
Yeah, so
the
yeah, so
journey?
like the habits that have been formed are probably the biggest piece of it, right? As I mentioned there before, the planning, the scheduling ahead. Um, Probably communication is a big one. So, I have my plan in my head, but there's also other people in the house that I need to be considerate of. So communication with those people to make sure that, Eileen is getting her time, I'm getting my time, and we work together then to figure out how we can both mix and match, and we both get what we want out of it.
Awesome, bud. Awesome. And I suppose, yeah, so I know like structure and habits have been a big one for you there. Has there been like what else would you owe your success to then? So,
Um, Structures and habits have definitely been a big one. As I said, they were the facilitators in terms of getting consistency back into my life. I suppose it's all well and good having structures and habits, and you can plan everything out, but the plan doesn't always execute the way you lay it out. So I think there's definitely been a mindset shift as well, that
mm,
when something doesn't work out as planned, that tomorrow's a new day, you reset the clock and you go again. Instead of having one bad, having 2 or 3 bad days, you just have one bad day. Uh,
mm,
and in even bad day is probably the wrong terminology, right? As I've learned, it's a day that's different to what you planned. So
yeah.
get back on the plan then the following day.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And then what would be your biggest lessons then, bud? So like obviously like positive lessons and maybe some ones that were difficult that you transitioned into a positive.
Um, yeah. So the like to me, the planning was the biggest one.
Mm,
Whether consciously or subconsciously, you're probably doing it in some capacity. But one of the and it was a very simple change that we made during the course of it. One of it was around I suppose meal planning was going well, but it I found it a challenge, and I
mm,
found it difficult to hit the likes of the protein goals over the course of the day. So I would have been on 200 grams of protein in a day, and when you s- when you start, I'm going to have this for breakfast, I'm going to have this for dinner, I'm going to have this for tea, and you've at the end of the day you're like, geez, I'm 100 grams off my protein. How this plan isn't working for me. So
mm,
to be fair, one of the tips that he gave me at the time was to look at the protein, right? So you have 4 meals a day. 200 divided by 4 is 50. So 50 grams in each meal. Start planning your meals around your protein,
mm.
and everything else fits in, and it actually became very, very seamless now, and still is very seamless when we made that change.
Awesome, man. And I love that you said that too, because my reason for that is like with everything you're moving house, new career, and like you're a very career driven man as well. Like everyone I work with is like that. So I want to take away, like make nutrition training seamless, as you said, so you can put your focus on that. And that's awesome, man, which is class to hear. And then I suppose then, Tom, people listening to this will be outside of the DG Academy. I know when you first joined, you're a bit kind of like nervous and anxious about everything. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence about contacting me or on the fence about joining the academy?
Yeah, so what I would say is, you know, as I said, I've probably done a couple of these types of
Mm,
programs previously, and to be fair, in each one of them, I've learned an awful lot. So I'm always someone that's, trying to absorb as much information and learn a little bit along the way. So in any of the programs, you're going to learn something. Um, the fact that you're on the fence to me is, it's if it's not a definite no, I don't want to do it, then it's a yes, I do want to do it. So
Yeah.
I think if you're on the fence, just bite the bullet and go and do it. As I said, you'll always learn something along the way, and at the end of 6 months, you won't have any regrets. You'll have learned something.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And then Tom, obviously you're finished with the program now. So like massive success you have to make in like in terms of your health and fitness, nutrition is seamless for you. Your career, family life has like progressed massively, which has been awesome to see. And it's been awesome to be part of that journey with you. What is kind of the plan for yourself going forward? Like, what's the goal for, I suppose, the rest of the year, I suppose, or next couple of months anyway?
Yeah, so we've finally moved into the house there kind of 2 weeks ago. So I'm very much back on the bike now, just build up base fitness on the bike. Start, back with the groove spins, and I won't say I'm enjoying them yet, but give me another couple of weeks and I will be enjoying them. So yeah, look, there's a good foundation there. Am I going to drastically change anything in the next couple of months? No. I'm just going to continue on and maintain that consistency, and I think over time I will enjoy training and nutrition more and more.
Awesome, bud. Awesome. Well, Tom, bud, I appreciate you coming on. And guys, catching the like, obviously watching this or listening to this. If you are interested in, or like Tom said, if you're on the fence, just drop myself a message. You can apply for the academy, and there's no pressure either way. We'll jump on, have a call, and not everyone is a fit for what I do with the DG Academy anyway. So just jump on a call. We can have a chat. But Tom, I appreciate it, bud. Thank you so much, buddy.
No bother. Thanks a million.